It somewhat worries me how overcast the sky has become in the past hour. I hope that's not a particular... Varric. Really? Solus is perfectly clear. Why are you two... Never mind, you can wash off at camp once we... Well, let's firstly deal with this, because this is just going to be all manner of problem, I'm certain. Oh, well, I see our first customer of the day. The Lesser Terror. Everyone else, I'm certain, you can be dealt with swiftly, but could you kindly get off me? Madam and gentlemen, a little more help.
Solus needs help.
Solus will be fine. This one's nearly dead. That'll do. So, we're about to have some more. Mostly of the smaller variety, it seems. Oh! Off! Know your betters, Terra. This will give them a surprise. Now. Tingle, tingle, tingle. And goodbye. There we have it. Oh. Loot is always good. Ah. This may come in handy. Right. I need a drink after that. And now we have a great deal many wolves to face. I'm certain this'll go not nearly as smoothly as I hope. But here goes nothing. What is it with this location? What is it with this area and the troublingly morbid names? Oh, this is off of our route, so let's take another turn, shall we? Up this route, I believe. Oh joy. Well, I think we can deal with this gentleman quite happily. Enjoy.
Goodbye.
We're going to have to take that waterfall, I think, fellows. It'll be damp, but I'm sure you'll manage. Especially considering you spend most of your time wandering around in blood-covered robes anyways. Oh, just make our way. The rocks are quite slippery, it seems. Okay, nope, we're gonna have to go around. Take the long way, then. On the bright side, Solus, that means you don't get to see Varric being completely soaked from head to toe. Admittedly, that's not a very long distance, but... I don't believe that's a sight anyone needs to see. I'd rather not deal with those greater terrors again for some time, if I can. Now, who have we here? These aren't enemies by the looks of it.
We've been searching the region for resources. Commander's orders. No small
Yes,
task
mine.
given recent troubles, but I've some supplies here you may find useful.
Well, you have an odd means of delivering it, but let's take a look. A sledgehammer and 7 gold. Is this genuinely the best you can do? A sledgehammer and 7 gold. Let's deal with these wolves, shall we? My, but there are a lot of you. We're better if you all got up here. Solus, don't move too far ahead. Now, doggies, there's plenty for all of you.
These must be the wolves Elena spoke of.
What gave away?
That cave could be the lair of our strange wolves.
What gave it away? Right. There's a few more down there, I feel. I suspect we're going to have to clear out the entire area. Thankfully, wolves aren't much difficulty.
Solus needs help.
Okay, one of them might have stuck behind us, I admit.
It's a demon.
There is? Oh. Where did you come from? Handle the demon!
Stay barrack!
Back up! There we go.
With the demon dead, the farmers should be safe from the wolves.
I expect the wolves are also pleased to be freed from the demon's control.
I'll admit, that was rather a bit more bloody than I was expecting it to be.
We must
Nevertheless,
have done enough to draw the attention of the clerics by now. Shouldn't we meet with them?
at this stage I'll be very surprised if we haven't drawn the attention of the entire goddamn valley. But we'll find out. Let's go talk to Elena. So at some stage, I have to go into those mountains once again to find that Gruffalo and lead him back here, but we have established the watchtowers, all of the watchtowers to my knowledge, and we have disposed of the demon corrupting those wolves, so hopefully that's enough to convince our errant horse master to lend us a damn flock of the things.
You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
I have.
The wolves should be back to normal now. They shouldn't be any further trouble.
That's good to hear. I'll send word to the farmers and let my husband know what you've done. It may not seem like much, but you've given this land hope it desperately needed. Thank you.
I have to admit it does feel rather unusual to be appreciated in such a fashion, but I'm sure I'll survive. Now, how about those watchtowers? Bron.
If those refugees are going to defend themselves, they'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
Oh?
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills on these parts. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watch...
Have I missed something? Is there a spot I've missed somewhere? Certainly doesn't appear to be so. Where on earth do I go?
There, I'll talk to the master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
Right, well, since Braun isn't going to be very helpful, let's talk to Dennett. Maybe we can at least get a ride for now.
Elena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves. Should be safer for our farmers now.
Can you help the refugees at all? They're
Refugees
causing a
down
rather
at the
mess.
crossroads could use your help.
Right now, any food I give those luckless bastards might as well go to the rebel mages or bandits. Talk to my man Bron. He'll tell you what those folks need to protect themselves.
Yeah,
Once that's done,
watchtowers.
I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity, long as it's not wasted.
Understandable, understandable. What about the area?
What can you tell me about the wilderness around here?
Got some old ruins in the forest, from long before any king of Ferelden. The lakes are pretty, though when the weather's odd, you hear tell of spirits. Beyond that, my daughter Sienna set up a track just over there. Fool girl likes to race the horses.
No doubt that's why they're known for their speed. Now, that's all for now.
Farewell.
Watch yourself, Inquisition. It's ugly out there.
Now, let's take a look, shall we? I know there are places of interest, but what we are interested in is a horse. This must be for the Wayward Druffalo. Where is that stables? I'm gonna run right past it. Ah, I see, I see. You'll have to forgive me. Farmland is not my native environment. I am more accustomed to my horses being lit to me. Alright. Now, who might you be? Ah, let's take you for a ride, shall we? Ooh, now that is quite the speed, quite the speed. This is a fine steed indeed. This should get me where we need to be in a much greater hurry, although I'm not quite certain of how well it'll take these mountains. That still does leave me with the question of exactly where do we take you? For now, let's just get you over to the camp and see if we can't talk to anyone about getting those watchtowers set up.
Nothing to report, sir.
That's not what I'm interested in. But I fear we may have to go a great longer deal to sort out these watchtowers. Being in here certainly does not inspire my confidence, but at least we can get out of here again now. Now, how do I lead you back? I don't suppose any of you are particularly familiar with animal husbandry, are you? No? Well, I thought as much. So for the time being, I think this particular Druffalo will be roaming here. Ooh, what dreaded tale do they tell of this place? No worse a tale than I'm sure they'll tell of here. Ugh. It is good to be back in the saddle. So I feel far more regal in this saddle, it has to be said. One exhaustive journey later. Let's see if we can't get those watchtowers up and done. I don't imagine it will be any particular trouble. We're building trebuchets in the courtyard. Speaking of trouble.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
I did say I could have the fire barrels, but... Right, what's going on?
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
I'm not a herald. For the last time.
I don't believe I'm Andraste's herald any more than you do, Chancellor.
That laudable humility won't stop the Inquisition from using a misconception when it suits them.
The Inquisition claims only that we must close the breach or perish.
You say that now, Commander. We shall see if the sentiment remains true.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the trip.
Well, let's hope we find solutions and not a cathedral full of chancellors.
The stuff of nightmares.
Mock, if you will. I'm certain the Maker is less amused.
If I see him, I'll ask. Let me know if you see him first. Honestly, such busybodies and trumpets. Monkeys haven't been of it, it seems.
Verify that the infections have decreased in number. Yes. Thank
Now let's see about these watchtowers. Will require some time.
There's nothing to do with fairness. We simply can't accommodate them if they bring that many servants.
I will speak to the Duchess. She can be reasoned with, after a fashion.
I am curious to see Josephine get to work. So far, Cullen seems to have his hands busy.
Let us begin.
Meanwhile, I believe I have quite a bit more to do inside of the hinterlands. Oh boy.